Hey everyone, we got some huge news for Nio Stock investors. The company gave investors its fourth quarter and full year production and delivery numbers. Now, I'm going to take a look at these numbers in detail, compare them from what the company expected and forecasted to deliver, and answer what it could mean for Nio Stock investors. So let's jump right in. Let's look at the details.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
All right, so Nio delivered 18,012 vehicles in December of 2023. That was up by 13.9% year over year. For the quarter, Nio delivered 50,045 vehicles in the 3 months that ended in December. That was up by 25% year over year. Overall, in 2023, Nio delivered 160,000 vehicles. That was up by 30.7% year over year. In my opinion, that was a solid year for Nio in 2023. In an otherwise very challenging year for electric vehicles, the price war really got heated up in 2023. Nio's management decided not to participate in the price war, depending on its technology and innovation to drive sales instead of increase or decreasing prices. In fact, in the middle of the year, Nio did essentially a price increase because they removed the option for buyers to get the free battery swaps when they purchased a vehicle. And so that's, in other words, a price increase. So the company increasing number of vehicles delivered by 31% and not participating in the price war, I think was an excellent year for Nio. Let's look at what management said they were going to do for the fourth quarter. So, as of September 30th, management gave an update on what they thought they were going to produce in the fourth quarter. So, they said they expected delivery to be between 47,000 and 49,000, representing an increase between 17% and 22%. Well, we just saw that for the 3 months they delivered 50,000. So even above that higher end of the guidance, they delivered 1,000 more than the higher end of the guidance. So the fourth quarter was better than even management's best case expectations. That's really good news. And given that management said they expected vehicle margins to be in the mid double digits, I was expecting like 15% for the fourth quarter. The fact that they sold more than they thought they were going to sell could indicate that when they report those vehicle margins, it could be higher than they were expecting. So we could see something closer to 20%. So I would say maybe 16%. That would be really, really good for Nio stock investors. Let's take a look at what they were leading up to this quarter. So you could see in the third quarter 2023, the company's vehicle margin increased to 11% from the second quarter vehicle margin of 6.2%. However, that was still down from the third quarter of last year, where they achieved 16.4% vehicle margin. Management said they would approach this in the back half of the year. And so investors are expecting these fourth quarter numbers, when they come out, the vehicle margin to be closer to this 16%. I was expecting something like 15%. But given that the delivery numbers were 1,000 above the higher end of the guidance, now I'm even more optimistic about Nio's vehicle margin in the fourth quarter. So this could present some upside for Nio's vehicle margin. Also, this is a really good sign given that Nio just made a major business model change. Let me show you that. So on December 5th, the company entered into an agreement with JAC, acquiring the manufacturing equipment and assets. So JAC is a major state-owned automobile manufacturer in China that currently joint manufactures with Nio all of Nio's current vehicle models. So prior to this acquisition, Nio was outsourcing its manufacturing. Now it brought that in-house. Now Nio is manufacturing in-house. And so this is even better when you have increased production, increased deliveries in combination with having the manufacturing in-house, it provides better upside. Overall, bringing manufacturing in-house increases the degree of leverage of the business. Let me explain what degree of leverage means. Degree of leverage for investors, what that means is when sales increase, when unit production, when unit deliveries increase, Nio's profit margins will now be increasing more than they were previously. The same is also true on the downside. When Nio's production or delivery numbers fall, that means Nio's profit margins will fall by more than they used to, because now Nio is more exposed to the downside and the upside because its costs are fixed. So when sales go up, its costs stay relatively flat, and so the profit margin expands. Same is true on the downside. When sales go down, its costs stay relatively fixed, and so its profits decrease by even more. And so this strategy, this change in strategy, increases Nio's degree of operating leverage, which increases the riskiness of the business. And so good news is now more amplified for Nio stock investors. When you have this kind of good news, it's now more amplified than before. And so also, Nio stock investors should keep in mind that if there should be bad news, that bad news will be more amplified than it was before. So hopefully Nio keeps delivering these types of upside reports, because now more than ever, Nio stock investors will benefit from the better than expected news, because now Nio is bringing that production in-house. Its costs are becoming relatively fixed, and so the upside presents more profit margin expansion opportunity for Nio stock investors. So very good news here for Nio, reporting a vehicle production number, or delivery number, I should say, that was above the even higher end of the guidance, hitting 50,000 when the higher end of the guidance was at 49,000. So kudos to Nio and Nio management for delivering this excellent quarter. I'm looking forward to the full quarterly results coming out, where we can dig into the details, look at the margins, and look at the profitability and cash flow in greater detail. Thank you for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. I know there's a lot you could be doing with your time and a lot of other videos you could be watching. So I truly appreciate that you chose to watch this one. If you want to see more videos just like this, hit the subscribe or the like button. They'll both help me make more videos just like this one. Thank you again.